Dear students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Kunal Keshri, Assistant Professor at GB Pant Social Science Institute, Allahabad. Today, we will be covering a part of paper on migration and urbanization, a module on estimation of migration from place of residence at a fixed prior date data. Learning objectives of this module are the estimation of migration from place of residence at a fixed prior date, then advantages and limitations, cross classification by place of birth, then estimation of primary, secondary and return migrants. The analysis and measurement of migration finds its use in the preparation of population estimates and projections for a nation or part thereof. Data on age, sex, mother tongue, duration of residence, place of birth or citizenship, occupation, etc. of the migrants help us to understand the nature and magnitude of the problem of social and cultural assimilation that may result in due to heavy in-migration. Techniques used for measuring or estimating internal migration have been classified into two categories. First, direct techniques and second, indirect techniques. Estimation of migration from place of residence at a fixed prior date comes under direct techniques. Coming to estimation of migration from place of residence at a fixed prior date. Sometimes a question on the place of residence at a fixed prior date is included in the censuses or surveys for estimating migration. In this section, we will learn how to obtain an estimate using this concept. When the concept of place of last residence is used for estimating migration, all the migrants, irrespective of their migration intervals, are pooled together. For example, all the migrants migrated either 20 years back or those migrated a day prior to the censuses are counted as migrants. However, using the concept of place of residence at a fixed prior date, the migration interval is definite. A person whose place of residence at a fixed prior date, fixed by a researcher according to the research needs, is different from his place of enumeration, is considered as a migrant. Similarly, all those persons whose place of residence at a fixed prior date was the same as their place of enumeration are treated as non-migrants by this concept. By this approach, it is possible to get surviving migrants for a fixed duration. All the migrants who were alive at that fixed prior date and who subsequently migrated to other places but died afterwards cannot be counted using this approach. Similarly, this approach does not take into account those migrants who made moves during the migration interval but subsequently returned to the place where they were residing at the fixed prior date. In a similar way, for all those children who were born outside the place of enumeration during the migration interval, that means a period from a fixed date to the census date, the question on the place of last residence on the prior date is not applicable as they were not present on that date, and hence the moves made by these children will not be counted in the census if this particular approach for estimating migration is used. In the Indian censuses, such question of migration since a prior date is not asked. Coming to advantages and limitations of this approach. Advantage: it is believed that due to its simplicity and specificity, these types of questions represent a more worthy and useful approach than a question on the place of birth or the place of last residence, provided these are accompanied by a question on the duration of residence. Limitation: people have difficulty in recalling where they were living at any arbitrary date in the past, while it is easier to recall the place of last residence or the duration of residence at the present place. From these data, all connectional measures of migration such as in, out, and net migration can be calculated. The period of study, that means when the migration took place, is well defined. The places from where the migrants came and where they went is also clearly defined. Hence, it is clear that a person whose current place of residence at the census date is different from his place of residence at a fixed date is a migrant. Coming to cross classification by place of birth. If the data on the place of birth and the place of residence at a fixed date, say t years ago, are available, that means place of birth data is cross classified according to place of residence t years ago. Then the data can be precisely utilized in determining the migration status such as primary, secondary, and return or non-migrants. In order to have some idea about the past changes in migration, lifetime migration can be compared with the fixed period migration. Consider a case where current migration streams are compared with lifetime migration streams. This is hypothetical example, as Indian censuses do not include question on place of residence at a fixed prior date. If in 2001 census question on place of birth and place of residence as on 1996 are asked, then we can compare recent migration streams during 1996 to 2001 and lifetime migration streams. In this table, migration streams to and from place P during 1996 to 2001 are compared with lifetime migration streams. It can be seen here that the migration stream between P and place A1 indicated a net gain of N1 person for place P between 1996 to 2001, but a net lifetime loss of N11 persons. In the case of place A2, place P has a net gain of N2 persons between 1996 and 2001 and also net gain of N12 lifetime migrants. Exactly opposite is the case when migration from place A5 is considered. Coming to estimation of primary, secondary, and return migrants. From the data on place of birth and place of residence t years ago, it is possible to find out the estimates of primary, secondary, and return migrants. Primary migrants are those who were living in their place of birth t years ago and in another place in t minus n years ago. Secondary migrants would be those who were living outside their place of birth t years ago and in another place in t n years ago. Likewise, return migrants are classified as such people who were living outside their place T years ago and had returned to birthplace T minus n years ago. Let A, B and C are areas of a hypothetical country where the census was conducted on 1st March 2001 and persons were enumerated in these areas. The information about their place of birth and place of residence on 1st March 2001 were also collected from the person residing in these areas in 2001. All the information are presented in these tables. From this hypothetical data, in migrants, out migrants and net migrants by primary, secondary and return migration status during 1st March 1991 and 1st March 2001 are estimated as such. In migrants to Area A during 1st March 1991 and 1st March 2001 are categorized into primary, secondary and return migrants. Primary in migrants to Area A equal to persons enumerated in Area A on 1st March 2001 but enumerated elsewhere on 1st March 1991 in their place of birth. In other way, persons enumerated in Area A on 1st March 2001 also enumerated in Area B on 1st March 1991 and born in Area of B plus persons enumerated in Area A on 1st March 2001 and also enumerated in Area C on 1st March 1991 and born in Area C equal to A22 plus A33. Secondary in migrants to Area A equal to persons enumerated in Area A on 1st March 2001, enumerated in Area B and born in Area C plus person enumerated in Area A on 1st March 2001, enumerated in Area C on 1st March 1991 and born in Area B equal to A32 plus A23. Return in migrants to Area A equal to persons enumerated in Area A on 1st March 2001, enumerated elsewhere on 1st March 1991 but born in Area A. Persons enumerated in Area A on 1st March 2001, enumerated in Area B on 1st March 1991 and born in Area A plus persons enumerated in Area A on 1st March 2001, enumerated in Area C on 1st March 1991 and born in Area A equal to A12 plus A13. Out migrants from Area A during 1st March 1991 to 1st March 2001 are persons who were enumerated in Area A on 1st March 1991 and also enumerated elsewhere, that means in Area B or C on 1st March 2001. These out migrants from Area A are further classified into following categories. Primary out migrants from Area A equal to person born in Area A and were enumerated in Area A on 1st March 1991. However, they were subsequently enumerated in Area B or C on 1st March 2001 equal to B11 plus C11. Secondary out migrants from Area A equal to persons born in Area B enumerated in Area A on 1st March 1991 and further enumerated in Area C on 1st March 2001 plus persons born in Area C enumerated in Area A on 1st March 1991 and also enumerated in Area B on 1st March 2001 equals to C21 plus B31. Return out migrants from Area A equals to persons born in Area B but enumerated in Area A on 1st March 2001 and also enumerated in Area B on 1st March 2001 plus persons born in Area C enumerated in Area A on 1st March 1991 and further enumerated in Area C on 1st March 2001 equal to B21 plus C31. Following the similar procedure, in, out and net migrants for each of the areas A, B and C can be estimated as follows. So far, we have learned that place of residence at a fixed prior date approach is confined only to those persons who were alive at the beginning of the interval and survived up to the end of it. Migrant is a person whose current place of residence is different from his residence at an earlier date. This approach gives the number of surviving migrants for a fixed period. Questions: who are the migrants according to the place of residence at a fixed prior date? What are the advantages and limitations of estimation of migrants using place of residence at a fixed prior date approach? Thank you, students.